Hello, welcome to our visualization, Paintings by Comparison, by Vijay Marupudi and Coscia. So typically when a user wants to get into the visual art world, there's a lot of information to deal with. There's so many paintings, there's so many museums, and there's so many styles. It's hard for them to start, and it's hard for them to know the differences between these things. Like, what makes a museum unique? Why would I choose to go to one museum over another? It's hard to figure out these things without getting an idea of the attributes that the paintings they contain have. So we decided to make a visualization to make this decision process easier. Our visualization also helps the user get an idea of their tastes so they actually know what they can look for. It allows for differences in various styles, like movements or genres of paintings. It mostly focuses on aggregate level attributes of paintings so that the user can understand what they like, so they can search more or make decisions based on that information. But we also allow for in-depth looks at the paintings that the visualization filters for. So examples of insights we would like users to have is like, oh, the Renaissance started in the 15th century. Like, oh, I like Baroque paintings. I wonder where Baroque paintings are. Or Italian and French paintings dominate French museums. Huh. And many more insights, which Adam will go into. So our data source was WikiData. We queried for paintings from French museums. It was a random sample of 740 paintings. And we visualized most attributes in the data set. So the viz visualizes the artist's country in the map on the top left, the year the painting was painted, and also what the paintings depict in a squarified mosaic plot. So the area represents the ratio of prevalence. For example, you can see that women were depicted the most, followed by men. And in the middle is a packed cluster bubble chart, which allows groupings of various attributes, such as location, material, movement, or the genre of the painting. And on the very right is an individual painting browser so that the user can take a deep look into the paintings themselves to understand their tastes.
Here's a live demo of the viz. Let's take a deeper dive into the interactions that we support. The map view can filter out countries of interest by selecting them. Hovering on them shows you the number of paintings in that country. Brushing and dragging over the time view allows you to select a certain time range, and dragging that selection shows you what happens in the other views over that certain time. The central view can be chosen in different groupings by the attribute. Within those attributes, sometimes terms are multi-valued, such as a painting having both oil paint and canvas. In this case, a bubble for oil paint and a bubble for canvas are both placed on the plot. The groups themselves can be selected to filter by them, which filters the underlying data set, and shows you the legend updating as well as the list of currently filtered attributes. You hit reset to always reset the filter. The others grouping in the center shows you all the values underneath that attribute that weren't large enough to have their own clusters by themselves. But if you click it, you'll get all the values underneath that grouping. And oftentimes, when you start browsing across time or by country, these groupings will often pop out, and you'll often see them pop up as separate groupings themselves. Finally, you can browse paintings sequentially or at random. You can click the title of a painting to go to the WikiData source of that painting, as well as clicking the painting itself to get a full-sized image of it. Clicking on this painting will lead you to the source of the image. Using this viz often led to some pretty cool insights. If you click and drag across time, you'll notice the country of origin slowly shifts from usually about Italy to later times being from usually about France. And if we go in and click on France itself, you'll notice that paintings are usually from the later time periods, as well as Italy being from some of the earlier time periods. Go in and filter by genre and click in religious art. The common depicted paintings usually have Virgin Mary, Angel, Child Jesus, some of the terms you'd expect. Similarly, if you go into nude paintings, the terms update. You find the most common terms changing. Please visit our GitHub repository if you'd like to learn more. All of the code is open source here, and there's a link to a live demo right here. Thank you, everyone.